Good morning. Okay, so welcome to Yoga with me, and he's going to be here too. Today we are doing a yoga class focused on opening up our hips and releasing that emotional tension that we often store in the hips. So I'm going to wait for everyone to find a nice comfortable position. Okay, come on. Sit down. Sit. Finding a nice cross-legged position. And just closing the eyes. I'm going to talk a little bit about our hips and why it's important to do these hip opener classes and really get deep and personal, understanding what's releasing inside. So basically think about our hips and our pelvis as our junk drawer of emotions. And I mean, cupboards are full, junk drawer, and so are our hips, so is our body. We have been going through a lot of emotional stress the last few weeks, so it's really important to not let that get stored and stuck inside the body. The brain is connected to the hips through the nervous system, and we store these buried emotions, past experiences, fear and trauma in our cells, floating deep within our physical body. These traumas stay with us as stale energy, sabotaging our bodies. So practicing these hip openers help us release this trauma and awaken the sacral chakra in our lower belly, helping us connect to our relationships, and creativity. So for today's practice, I kind of want that to be our intention. Just become aware and notice, feel what's going on, and then allow the body the time and space to let it go. We are all in the comfort of our own home, so this may be an easier process for you. If during certain poses anger comes up, sadness comes up, feel it, move through it, allow it to happen. So again, thank you for being here, and we will start our yoga practice. We're going to join our hands into heart center. And again, we'll start our practice with one cleansing breath and one vibration of Om. Together, inhale through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. Inhale for Om. Thank you. Gently bow your chin. Enjoy your practice. Come back to center, blink open the eyes. Let's all find this seated position if we are not already there. Cross leg. And just allow the palms to rest. Connecting with the breath, navel to nose and nose to navel. Arriving in this space. We'll take 3 more breaths here. And then coming into our first pose will be butterfly pose. So drawing the soles of the feet together, pancaking them, and then holding them like a book. So we're just gonna squeeze, hold those toes, allow the knees to flare out to the side. Okay, thank you. Sit down. Okay, sit. Want to show them a trick? Sit down. Sit. Good boy. Down. Relax. Okay, thank you. Okay, so soles of the feet together, knees flaring out to the side. We're gonna hold them as if you're kind of opening and closing a book. Lifting through the chest, rooting down through the sit bones. Nice tall spine. Core is still engaged here. Moving slowly with the chest, bending the elbows. And start to lean and reach the chest towards the feet. Holding here for a few breaths. Continue lengthening through the spine. And then you can allow the head to round, the spine to round. And slowly come back up to center. Extend the legs all the way out to the front. So coming back to the mat, allowing the legs to extend towards the end of your mat. Again, keeping that nice tall spine. We're going to come into a twist. Hug your right knee in towards your chest and cross it over your left thigh. Again, you can have it at the knee if you're super tight. If not, try to hug it as close to the body, as close to that left glute. Left hand's gonna wrap around, holding onto that right knee. And your right hand's gonna turn around to the back. Holding here for 3 breaths. And 1, come back to center. Extend the right leg down to the mat. And take your left leg, hug it in. Cross it over the right. Nice tall spine. Wrap your right arm around your left. Squeeze. And then take your left hand and wrap it behind the body. Holding. Inhale, extend the left arm all the way up. And then drop the legs, extend down towards the mat. So to roll those shoulders back. And then forward. Coming into a half hero fold. If hero is not in your practice, if you have bad knees, just continue to take this as a straight leg forward fold. For those of you going into hero, take your right leg and wrap it behind, allowing the toes to rest behind you. And find the sit bones on the left glutes. Extend the arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, reach towards the left foot. Grabbing for the foot, the toes, or maybe just reaching down towards the mat. Hold. Slowly inhale, come all the way back up to center. And exhale, release the arms, guide the right leg back to center. Left side. Left leg wraps around. Relaxing the top of the foot down. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Remember, stay in tune with the breath. So never holding your breath in any of the poses. One more breath. And then inhale, come all the way back up to center. We're going to draw that left leg all the way around to the front. Rolling onto your back, hugging the knees into the chest. We're going to roll lengthwise, forward and back. Massaging out the spine. For 2 more. And 1. Come all the way up onto those sit bones. Coming into our boat pose. So you can keep the shins parallel to the ceiling, or you can extend them into full V-sit. Opening up the arms by your sides, lifting through the chest. Come here. Right here. Sit. Hold for 2 more breaths. And release. We're going to come up to stand all the way to the top of the mat. And Yogi just really wants to join in. So, finding our first mountain pose. We're coming into our sun salutation series. Can you sit over here? Can you sit here, please? Thank you. Good boy. Rolling the shoulders back, opening the chest towards the front. Let's begin. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take your right leg, step it all the way back, coming into that high lunge. Inhale, arms float. Last breath here. Exhale, hands come down, step back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward to high plank. And lower down to the mat through chaturanga, releasing the toes. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck the toes and downward dog. Right leg lifts all the way up to the ceiling. And exhale, place it through between the hands. Left leg extended behind the body. Inhale, float the arms. One more breath. And exhale, hands come down to the mat, step forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Come all the way up. You can have a little bend to those knees. And exhale, hands to heart center. Again. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Take a big step back with that left leg. High on the back toes. Inhale, lift. And last breath here. Exhale, hands come down, step back, downward dog. Hold for a cycle. Inhale, forward to high plank. Exhale, down to the mat. Release the toes, lift the chest. And exhale, downward dog. Left leg reaches up towards the ceiling. And exhale, place it between the hands. High on the back toes. Inhale, lift the arms. Keep your front knee in line with the ankle. Really strong through the back leg. One more breath. Exhale, hands come down, step forward, and fold. Halfway lift. Exhale. And inhale, come all the way up. Hands to heart center. Close the eyes and pause here. Releasing the palms down by your sides. Let's roll those shoulders back. We're going to keep the feet so they're hip distance apart. Interlace the hands behind your back and draw the heels of the hands as close together as you can. Often we kind of flare our hands like this. So see if you can Really pull the heels of the hands closer together, opening deeper through the chest. From here, coming into a forward fold. You can start by bending the knees and then folding forward. Allow the belly to rest on the thighs. Holding for 3 breaths. You can add some movement here, roll through the shoulders. One more breath. And release the arms to sweep the ground. We're reaching for chair pose. Arms float up by the ears. Root back into the heels. Hug the belly in. Hold. Make sure you're light through the toes. Sink a little deeper through the glutes. 2. And 1. Release, fold forward. And halfway lift. Exhale. Hands come down to the mat. Step it back for your downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet here. You can wiggle out the hips. Doing whatever feels good for your body. Coming into our warrior 2 pose. Extend the right leg all the way up to the ceiling. And then exhale, place it between the hands. We're going to drop the back heel to frame the back of your mat and windmill those arms all the way up. Strong warrior stance. Take your gaze and look forward. Right over your right wrist. Holding here. Keeping your back arm engaged, lifted. So we don't want to just forget about it back here. Keep extending. And we'll come into side angle. So either bending and resting the forearm on the thigh, or you can extend that arm all the way down to the ground. Left arm reaches alongside the ear. Focus on the breath. And we're going to release the left hand down to the mat. Okay, so now both of our hands are to the inside of the right foot, coming onto the ball of the back foot, and heel toe your right towards the edge of the mat. Finding our lizard's pose. So you can hold here. You'll feel this nice and juicy in through the inner thighs. Place. Place. Thank you. Sit down. You can drop your back knee and come down to the forearms. And staying a little longer here, 4 breaths. And 1. Walk the hands back up to the mat. Tuck the back toes. We're going to lift all the way back to 3-legged dog. Right leg lifts up to the ceiling and down to the mat. Take a moment to wiggle that out, releasing that side. We'll move through 1 chaturanga. Inhale forward to high plank. Exhale down to the mat. Inhale, lift. And exhale, tuck the toes, downward dog. Now for the left side. Extend the left leg up towards the ceiling and place it between the hands. Dropping the heel, framing the back edge of the mat. We're going to windmill those arms up. And warrior 2. Again, nice strong stance, gaze forward. Active back arm, rooting through the back foot. Keeping that Knee checked in line with your ankle. One more breath. And side angle. Reaching forward, allow the hand to come down. Inhale, extend the right arm all the way over the ear. Two more breaths. And release the right hand down to the mat. Find the ball of the back foot and heel toe the left towards the outer edge of your mat. You can drop the back knee and soften here. Focus on the breath. You can drop down to the forearms. Moving nice and slow. Nice deep inhales and long exhales, two more. And walk the hands back up to the mat. Tuck the back toes, three-legged dog on the left side. So lift the back leg, take your left foot and reach it all the way up and back. Big stretch. Exhale, placing the foot down. Moving through one more chaturanga. Inhale forward to high plank. We're gonna hold here for 3. Hug the belly in. 2. Lift through the thighs. 1. Lower down to the mat. And lift the heart. Exhale, slide it back to downward dog. 2 more like that. Inhale, forward, high plank. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Lower down to the mat. Lift the heart. Exhale. Last time, inhale forward. Exhale down. Lift the chest. Exhale, tuck it back. Drop your knees here and rest in child's pose. It's a great time to come back to the breath. And take a little side stretch here. Walk your fingers over to the right. Feel the weight heavy into the left glutes. Feeling the rib cage expand through the left. Reach, reach, reach. And then we'll come back to center and over to the left side. Come back to center. And inhale forward to tabletop position. We're coming into pigeon pose. Nice and opening, releasing through the hips. Sometimes it is a little intense, so take your time. Let's lift the knees off the mat and reach into downward dog. Right leg lifts up towards the ceiling. And draw your knee towards your right wrist. The shin comes down onto the mat. And then guide your left leg back. So a lot of the times, some people will just be resting, rocking onto that right hip. See if you can rock the body to center. you'll feel it a lot deeper. So notice if you're leaning more to one side, find your center and hold. Choose the depth of your practice, your posture, maybe coming down to the mat. We'll stay here for 5 silent breaths. One more breath. And walk the hands back up to the mat. Tucking the back toes, lift up and back, downward dog. Stretch that out. And come into the left side. Left leg lifts. Exhale, place the knee up towards the left wrist and chin comes down. Draw your right leg back. Again, find your center, find that middle spot. And root down here. Finding the depth of your posture. One more full cycle. And walk the hands back up. From here, rolling onto that left glute, swing the legs around to the front. Extend and extend. Releasing through the glutes. We're going to roll all the way down to the mat, nice and slow. Find a little core work here. Drawing the belly in. And slowly make your way down. Rest the palms by your sides and draw the soles of the feet to the mat. Coming into a supported bridge pose here. Feet hip distance apart. Root down through the heels, roll the pelvis and lift the hips up. Coming and rolling onto those shoulders, opening the chest. And roll the body down. 2 more like that. Lift. And release. And lift. Hold. So holding here, you can keep this posture staying exactly like this. If you want to go a little further, we're going to take the elbows and hug them close to the body. Take your hands underneath the hips and press them so that you're lifting your hips up a little higher. So this is the support. Kind of if you had a block. We're going to take your right leg and lift all the way up to the ceiling. You can keep the knee bent or you can extend. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee and lower down to the mat. Left leg lifts, hug the knee in, find the balance, and then extend. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee and release the foot down. Squeeze the glutes, engage the thighs, and then releasing the hands. Roll the spine down to the mat and rock the knees side to side.
Come back to center. Finding happy baby. Draw the knees into the chest. Take the soles of the feet and flex them towards the ceiling. We're going to take our hands, reach them to the outer edges of your feet or peace fingers to your big toes. So from here, we're really drawing those knees to the outer edges of your mat. Rooting down through the spine. So if your hips, your bum is really high off the ground, let's try to roll and root it down to the mat, lengthening the spine. You can take a gentle rock side to side. Stay for 2 more breaths. And release the hands. Hug the heels down to the body. And then wrap the arms around the shins. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. And releasing the legs, one at a time. Allow them to flare at the edge of your mat. Palms rested by your sides. Finding our Shavasana pose. Allowing stillness to happen in the body. The eyes are closed. The face is relaxed. The breath is moving softly and gently through the body. Moving through the throat, the chest, the belly, the hips, the legs, down to the toes until you inhale and it comes all the way back up to the crown of the head. Continuing this breath, allowing the body to absorb the practice, the work you've done. And closing our practice with an affirmation that I think we could all use, and I also think it's a great idea to remember this or make one for yourself and just repeat this every day, in the morning, in the afternoon, anytime. So my affirmation, and maybe yours too: I am grateful for this loving, beautiful, healthy body I have that continues to get stronger every day. I am grateful for this loving, beautiful, healthy body I have that continues to get stronger every day. Take a moment and just pause with that. Again, I encourage you to rest in this Shavasana position for as long as you can, staying connected with the breath. I'll close our practice with one vibration of Om, followed by Shanti, 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 which means peace. Breathing in. Shanti, chin to the chest. Finding gratitude, love, and respect for your body, your breath, and your spirit. The divine light in me salutes the divine light in each of you. Namaste, everyone. Namaste, yogi.